I was having like 50 grams of oat porridge, you know, mixed with egg whites and stuff. Like,
What do you think now? The big trend now is cottage cheese amongst Gen Z and younger.
I had some sick guys in my gym, man, that used to make tuna shake, you know, orange juice and tuna blended together. I'm like, why don't you just have a strawberry protein?
Are you doing anything for NAD? Are you doing NMN?
NMM, K2, D3, 20 milligram melatonin, because you can only get 2 milligrams here in the store.
Do you normally take that?
I mean, I can just demonstrate what kind of low body fat I achieved and so on.
You're still eating.
And I was still eating, like I was eating oats with egg whites, not a lot. And I would taper it, like I'd have more carbs in the start of the day and after training, and less, but not like zero. So I was having like 50 grams of oat porridge, you know, mixed with egg whites and stuff, like half an hour before I went to bed, or 40 minutes, because if I was to not eat for 3 or 4 hours before I go to bed, there's like, I'm not sleeping. I'm not sleeping.
The same way.
Like the metabolism is just going to be, I'm going to be awake. I need some carbs just to help with the, probably with serotonin production or something, you know. So that's how I eat now. I eat carbs in the evening with my dinner in the evening, sweet potatoes, rice, that kind of stuff.
I even have a tiny little bit of pasta, pesto on it.
Sometimes I have a litre of ice cream from Ben & Jerry's, but I shouldn't talk about that.
The guys over here.
It's when Gal buys it, man. I tell her not to buy it, because Gal can have a tub of ice cream, yeah, and have one scoop, and it's like still there next week. Like, if I'm going to eat it, it's gone. Then it's out of the way.
What do you think now? The big trend now is cottage cheese amongst Gen Z and younger.
Cottage cheese was a thing when I first started training, man. And then it's gone out of vogue, right?
It's got the casein protein. And yeah.
It's a good protein, not a bad protein. Cottage cheese and tuna. Those are the, you know, available and cheap protein when we were young, right?
Separate, you don't mix them together like cottage cheese and tuna. You did, almost the same. It's a mayo.
I had some sick guys in my gym, man, that used to make tuna shake, you know, orange juice and tuna blended together. I'm like, why don't you just have a strawberry protein? Like, you know, tastes much better, but apparently it was a bit cheaper or something, you know. So yeah, cottage cheese is a good protein, but you know, it's not a magical protein. If you want to like go on a scale, probably going to find egg is at the top. If you want to, you know, eggs. Well, split hairs, like, you know, but they're all good for dairy, meat proteins, eggs.
There's been some, I think, warnings coming out about whey protein, or you know, that's essentially it's the waste production of the dairy industry, and that it might not be the best, maybe even spike your blood sugar. Do you have much faith in whey anymore? Or?
Whey is a great protein. Yeah, it's yes, they used to throw it away before, but it doesn't mean it doesn't have some value, you know. Whey protein is a first-class protein. Yeah, if you're concerned about blood sugar, you can always mix it with the fat. You know, put some coconut oil in the shake or something like that. If it was after training, I would just have it with water. Well, let's say you're going to have a protein late at night. I'd put maybe some coconut oil in or something, or half an avocado or something. Slow down the digestion a little bit. When
you're training, or even now, are you one of the guys that you basically refuel with the shake after training to replenish the glycogen, or?
No, I mean, sometimes I'm not religious with my, I take creatine, you know, it's got other benefits other than the muscle building, obviously with the memory and stuff like that, and even with mood, they're finding good. So.
And you don't get any water retention from the creatine?
No, I don't notice it. I mean, I know, to be honest, when I took creatine when I was using steroids, I didn't notice it as much, probably because my ATP levels and everything was already stacked up. If I don't use it for a few weeks and then I start using it again, I can just feel a little bit more fullness in the muscle, a little bit more push when I'm exercising, a little bit more. So that's something I always take. And a whey protein, I take a shake most days just to keep the protein level up, because I'm only eating twice. So to get like 200 grams of protein a day, I need to...
HMB, whatever happened to
HMB, no, I don't use that. That's another one that's coming around that was like available in
the 90s.
The 90s, yeah.
That's Bill Phillips and the whole...
I take a lot of supplements. It's more like health related.
Like vitamin D3.
I take D3, K2, you know, for general health, immunity in the arteries.
Are you doing anything for NAD? Are you doing NMN?
NMM I've just got, because DY's got our own facility now. We've got their own labs and formulators. So I just call them up and say, have you got this in stock? because we're bringing out a whole new range, DY Life, later in the year, which is more health, wellness, longevity. So it's more interesting for me because the other stuff has been, been doing it a long time, right? So I just call them up and get my own stuff made. So I got this week delivered NMN, K2, D3, 20 milligram melatonin, because you can only get 2 milligrams here in the store.
You normally take that?
20 milligrams, man, yeah. I took 40 the other night. There's a guy out there, expert on melatonin, he takes hundreds. And he's saying it's like a very powerful antioxidant because melatonin is all the cells now, not just in the brain they've discovered. Anyway, so multiple reasons I take high dose melatonin.
I'm 0.75 milligrams. That's enough for me.
You can get 2 milligrams in the stores here, so
But no, we can't get that in the UK.
No, UK you can't get it at all. But most European countries you can get it in limited dosage, unless you go to the pharmacy compound, they make it up for you. But I make mine. And what else? NAD, something I take all the time.
Injectable or IV?
No, NAD, NAD, NAC, sorry,
yes.
N-acetylcysteine.
Yes.
For glutathione levels.
And it also boosts dopamine.
Yeah, great. So,
but did you ever notice an increase in hemoglobin from NAC? Because I tend to be prone to that. Every time I take NAC, it goes higher than it should.
The only time my hemoglobin was a bit high was when I was using testosterone, but in one shot. I split it up into 2 and 3, and now it's not even at the top. Now it's like 15, 16,
On the trough, on the lowest point. Yeah. So that's your TRT protocol then. That's any particular ester, whatever's.
Nymphate or cypionate, I don't think there's much difference. Here they have.
It's a testosterone propionate here.
It's supposed to be equivalent to cypionate, I think. Testex.
Yeah, that's cypionate.
Yeah, perongatum or something it's called there. Yeah. It's 200 milligrams.
230 milligrams in 2 mLs, and they have 100 milligrams in 2 mLs. We have that at the Hormonal pharmacy, as well as testosterone propionate, 25 milligrams per 1 ml. And that's what I have been prescribed. And I've been doing daily testosterone propionate for well over a year now. And it keeps mine quite.
Yeah, daily I just got fed up with the little lumps. And I was doing subcutaneous. So I said, wait a minute, I didn't even know you could do that. I was doing that. Now I switched back to intramuscular. But
yeah, you can do shallow intramuscular.
Yeah, I do have an insulin needle just in the delt or something.
Yeah, delts. I can even do it in the side, like the ventral.
But you can do it subcutaneously as well.
You know what? It creates those lumps. And one time I've said this very well. No, and I think it slows its release. And I know there's some doctors out there that will promote that, but I've seen patients report with lumps. This big. I reposted the lump, how bad it was on his abs, and Facebook, gave me a warning because they thought it was pornography. They thought it was someone's boob that appeared because of the swelling from the subcutaneous injection, which can happen, and they take weeks to go away.
I got mine down to every 4 days. I do a
that's enough.
Intramuscular one, and that keeps. It doesn't seem to spike the hemoglobin. It's never been even near to the top since I've been doing that. So.
And do you do HCG as well, or no? We talked about that. Yeah.
I'm if I do HCG, it sends my estrogen through the roof, and I feel very.
I think it's.
I used it when I was competing, at end of cycles, and I got the same feeling then. And instinctively, I just avoided it. I said, I just whatever. I just let it go without it. And then somebody recommended I try it a couple of years ago, and I did the blood test, and I saw my estrogen went up 300 or something crazy. And I just felt like I had a thrombosis after this. It could have been related, and
because you said you did an aromatase inhibitor off.
I was an old man, So I just instinctively knew it was estrogen. Then when I got the report back, I was like, right, that's not for me.
Yeah, you've got to find balance. And then there's some, like I said, in the TRT world, there are at least 2 camps. One is absolutely higher estrogen, the better. Yeah. As long as the ratio of testosterone estrogen is good, and the other camp is no, just keep it somewhat.
Who's the guy from the States that's a very famous, I can't remember his name now, but he did a very good podcast on it.
Dr. Rand McLean, or is it Dr. Keith Nichols?
It'll come to me. Yeah. Anyway, but he was saying all the negatives that's given to men with high estrogen is not the high estrogen. It's the fact that they've got metabolic syndrome, and high estrogen is just coming along with it. It's not, if you've got high estrogen without those on its own, it's a positive, but it's not that. It's that's causing the problem.
Estrogen is the innocent bystander. It comes to the rescue, and it's trying to help heal to a degree. But everyone's a little bit sensitive, and if you can reduce the body fat, you're not going to have the aromatase enzyme, and then you're going to start, maybe not producing as much estrogen in relation to your testosterone. Yeah. But there's a lot of that going out there. So it sounds like you tried the different testosterone treatments, and you're quite happy with.
Yeah, where I am now, like on the high end, and I feel good, which is also, important feedback, right? All my markers are in good places, nothing out of play. Blood sugar's good, all inflammatory markers are good. I may have had an issue with folate, because I did the test, the methyl test, and I was deficient from one parent.
Okay,
so now I take methylfolate, which may be a reason that I was susceptible to insomnia and anxiety, depression.
Do you use L-theanine as well? L-theanine to help calm or sleep?
No, I haven't tried that, but I do smoke a lot of weeds. CBD and THC, that's mine. Also, part of my protocol. And I'm being serious. Like, it's antioxidant, anti-inflammatory. If you search for a patent on cannabis, there's one out there from some department of US government for all these reasons, saying that it's an antioxidant, anti-aging, blah, 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 in their own words, trying to get a patent on it.
Yeah.
But on the other hand, it's supposed to be, well, it's changing now in the States. Most of the states now it's legal, but federally it's still controlled substance with no medical benefits. So we're a bit confused, I think.
I know, they kind of push over the edge, and who knows where they'll go in the States. It's been an honor to have Dorian Yates on our program today and delve into the extraordinary story and invaluable insights. To our viewers, take these lessons to heart and remember to subscribe, like, and comment on your favorite takeaways. And stay strong, stay balanced, and we'll catch you next time on Balance My Hormones.